Hi everyone, my name is Samson. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's nice to see us once again. Now, today we're going to be talking about the metaverse. We've all heard of words like NFTs, metaverse, and a whole lot of other crypto jargons that have taken over the media in the past few weeks and months. But today we're going to be focusing on the metaverse. The metaverse is made up of two words, meta and universe. Now, it's a word that was first used in the science fiction novel named Snow Crash by American writer Neil Stephenson in 1992. Snow Crash is a science fiction inspired VR novel where humans interact with each other in a 3D world seen as a metaphor for the Earth. Now, but unlike in Snow Crash, where it was just a fiction. Present day metaverse is trying to bring this experience into real life. Now we're going to explain how this is going to work. The metaverse as we know it today is an AI and VR augmented reality that aims at bringing about a virtual but close to real life experience on the blockchain. So it is going to integrate people's physical and digital experience into an hybrid virtual environment. And by hybrid, I mean a close to real life environment, even though it's virtual, where you'll be able to feel, talk, touch, definitely with a lot of virtual reality gadgets, but it's going to help translate our physical actions into direct actions. Let's use video games as an example. You're usually represented as a character in the game, and you're able to interact with the game using gamepads and see what happens on a 2D screen. But in the metaverse, you'll be hoisted as real characters into this experience. So we'll probably use VR glasses and some VR gadgets, but we'll be able to see ourselves as the character, we'll be able to act like the character. So every physical action you take here will be translated into corresponding action in that 3D space or 3D world, which is the metaverse, in real time. This is interesting. It's going to take a whole lot of fast network, high bandwidth, but it opens up a whole lot of new possibilities. Yes, you and the guys can decide to hang out in a virtual space in the metaverse straight from the comfort of your home. Say goodbye to coronavirus. We can enjoy limitless social interaction without thinking about the spread of Omicron. So you can stay out late at night from the comfort of your room. You can do late night parties and games at virtual places with your friends without any social risk, because you all do this from one very comfortable position, which is your home. But in the virtual space, you can gather together. So this is for me a new but awesome experience. We don't have to do it via the webs where we have chat channels. We can just see our 3D avatars in a virtual space and interact together. I bet it's interesting. And that tells us why big names like Facebook and Microsoft are making big moves and big announcements as regards their plans towards the metaverse. It's going to be a new form of social interaction that's more intuitive and more indulging, and especially since a lot of people spend the better part of their lives on the digital space, it's going to usher in a much more, if I would say, addictive but interesting digital space for our current day world. Yes, it is. With Facebook changing its name to Meta and the other big companies making big moves and big announcements as regards their plans for the metaverse, it's definitely not a small thing. These companies that we've mentioned, they've dominated the social and the digital interaction space before now, and they're trying to translate these experience into the metaverse or onto the metaverse. And definitely, because it's going to be much more intuitive and indulging, it's something they wouldn't want to miss out, being the pioneers in this new digital world. The 3D spaces in the metaverse, which are essentially the metaverse's real estate, are already being sold for millions of dollars. And we have an example: decentralized land, Mana, and Sandbox, a whole lot of them. I could build an event center and rent it out for royalties that will be paid for via smart contracts when people use it for events in the virtual space. It is interesting. Also, there's NFTs, there's gaming, and a whole lot of possibilities here. So it is definitely worth the hype. This is the part I've been waiting for because there are an insane amount of ways we can make gains in the metaverse. The first I'll be talking about is NFT. We're going to go over two major ones, which is NFT and gaming. All assets in the metaverse will be digital assets that will be verifiable on the blockchain, which is essentially what NFTs are. So I don't mean you should just run off and go and buy some JPEGs, but you have to look for assets, digital assets that would have real application in the metaverse, and try to start making some informed investment decisions. An example I'll mention is Blocktopia, which you can check out. There is also the lands in the metaverse. Now, decentralized mana, which I mentioned earlier, is one of the pioneers of these in the metaverse. So you can buy a land, build on it, improve on it, rent it out, and have all this set up in smart contracts on the blockchain and gain mana as reward because that's the native token for the platform. This can be exchanged for any stable coin and you can make gains of it. We know that in our current world, real estates are a big deal. In the metaverse, it's going to be a big deal also. So it's, for me, a wise investment decision. We also have a platform called MetaHero. Now, MetaHero are pioneers of 3D scanning and modeling technology for the metaverse. So, what they help you do is translate your real life assets into digital assets on the metaverse. I think it's something that's going to be common soon when these all kicks off in full speed. So, I think it's also a very good investment. Their native token is Euro, and you can check that out. The second opportunity will be gaming. There are a lot of play to earn games springing up, like the Axie Infinity, but most of them are still far from the dexterity that the metaverse has to offer. But we have quite a number that are making giant strides towards developing that metaverse gaming that we'll all enjoy. Now, we can make gains from this by either playing those games and earning game tokens or investing in the associated game tokens. A very good example would be UFO Gaming. What they're doing is to build a platform that helps bridge traditional gaming systems as we already know it onto the blockchain. I think this is something that will be adopted by a lot since not everybody would want to go through that process of building something or building the game. As far as they're able to transport or export their games onto the blockchain easily because the platform is there as a middleware, then it's something interesting that most traditional games would want to embrace. So I see it as a very good investment decision also. Now that this doesn't mean just go ahead and invest in this particular one, but I mean I'm just giving an example of what I will do. Another interesting one is the Sandbox, which I believe a lot of us know about. They have a desktop application for their games. You can check it out. It's similar to decentralized land, and I believe that could be a wise investment decision also. Just my idea. Conclusively, I would say value is a function of what we feel about a thing, plus societal adoption, that is what the society feels about it. I would dare to say that a lot of what we pay for cryptocurrency and crypto projects today is not really a measure of what they are worth for now, but a speculative measure of what they will be able to offer in the future. So we have to be wise and make some research before we just go about buying into projects that are not yet stable, or probably all we have about them is their plans of what they want to do. So we have to make a lot of research. Now, even with making a lot of research, cryptocurrencies and investments generally could always make you lose money. So be exposed to the amount of risk that you're willing to take. It's something we have to always remember when making investment decision, that this could turn to zero. Now we're making investment for the future, but You don't know, the future might not be as fast as we think it is. So let's make those investments that we feel will benefit us for the future. Thanks everyone for staying glued to this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to this channel, share with friends, and let's grow together. Thank you very much.